We're going to Chelsea's father for scripture reading, Pastor Jim Appel.
Yeah, Uncle Jim, the oldest of the brothers. As you see, Chelsea is my baby. I had sons that were quite a bit older than Laura. My daughters were a little bit younger than Laura. Didn't know her really well, but I'd like to read a passage here and then make a comment or two if you don't mind. The passage is found in Matthew 25. It's called the Parable of the Surprises. It's dealing with the fact that some people think they're really religious and they're not because they're not kind to other people. And those who are kind to other people are probably more religious. So I'm going to read that to you, and then I'd like to make a comment or two. But when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit upon his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered in his presence, and he will separate them as a shepherd separates sheep from goats. He will place the sheep on his right hand and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on the right, "Come, you blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for me, prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you fed me. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me into your home. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you cared for me. I was in prison, and you visited me." I'm reminded of a statement by C.S. Lewis, one of the great Christian apologists, in his book, one of the books of Chronicles of Narnia, where one of the soldiers from the evil side came across Aslan the tiger, the lion, who was representing God, and he expected to be destroyed. And he was surprised when Aslan didn't do it. So he asked Aslan why he didn't. And Aslan said, "Because you've done a lot of good things, and all the good things you've done come from me and were for me." And so as I hear all of you talking about the wonderful life that we're discussing here, she did a lot of kind things. And I believe my God is going to save as many people as possible. So I'm going to look for her when I get to heaven. And one of the things I want to talk about for heaven, because I also lost a child, is this, in Revelation, the 21st chapter. "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the old heaven and the old earth had disappeared." And verse 5, I can't see too well in the light here. "And the one sitting on the throne, which is God, said, 'Look, I'm making all things new.' And then he said to me, 'Write down, and I will tell you truly, trustworthy and true. I will wipe away every tear.'" And I guess I'm wanting to put hope here. And I'm hoping that I will see Laura again and maybe a bunch of you when we reach heaven. I'm done.